right, we have a champion of the previous WCS. He is
Grandmaster, STXO Innovation.
And his opponent over here in the upper left. Can he take on this Goliath? He is
New challenger, 8th Team Savage.
All right.
all right.
So, can't wait to see what Savage's plan is, because I know what Innovation's plan is, Tasteless. Do something relatively
Make
safe.
a bunch of stuff, play safe, do everything perfectly, kill the guy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's a good plan.
Yeah, this is... You know, I feel like, especially with their IDs, Tasteless, it feels like I'm watching the Prime Directive being disobeyed, right? We've got Innovation, this futuristic, godly Terran, going against Savage, who's using sticks and stones and trying to stop him.
This makes me think of, you ever see that movie Battlefield Earth?
Oh, yeah.
Where the...
It was pretty terrible. That was one of your worst movies, Tasteless.
Pretty terrible. Yeah, because I look like John Travolta.
I liked your dreads, though.
Thank you. I can't pull them off now anymore. I'm too old.
Yeah.
There were so many bad scenes in that movie, by the way. But
no, it was definitely one of the worst movies
terrible.
I've seen.
It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I can't think of anything redeeming about it. In fact, I don't remember one part that I was happy about while I watched it.
I like the part where they called the guy Rat Brain.
Oh, okay.
Like, get out of here, Rat Brain. I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's actually kind of
These
funny.
aliens are not good at trash talking. But
well, maybe for them that is actually funny.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, rat brains are small.
Yeah. Maybe that's just how smart they are.
Yeah.
That's funny again. Like things go in circles, right?
That's true. All right, now we have a hatchery being made at the expansion.
And it looks like now this is an offensive hatchery, and I think I did say something to the effect of he needs to do an offensive hatchery to be Innovation.
You did say this. And I did not believe it was going to happen, but that is crazy.
It is crazy. I'm very surprised to see it. And in fact, Innovation has not seen it yet. So, you know, does he know how to deal with this? Has he watched the Cats replay pack?
We're going to find out, man. You know, this could, if it does catch Innovation off guard, this could just make Innovation lose.
Yes, no, absolutely. The thing is, does Innovation know exactly how to deal with this? Because very specifically, if you don't deal with it correctly, Savage gets way ahead.
Savage absolutely gets way ahead, and he knows. Now, this is a weird situation. You're bunker rushing a hatchery at your own expansion.
Yes. And there's no way. He's not going to cancel that. There's just no possibility.
No, he has to commit here.
Yeah. And he's going to want to make a bunch of lings, send them down. And
the bunker and the hatchery will finish momentarily here.
There we go. We're going to have a queen on the way. He's going to want to bring some drones down for spines, most likely. Don't really see anything on the way, though. I'm actually surprised. He's not really made lings. You know what? He's just using this as something to slow, and he's going to pop a queen out and lay a creep tumor, which is going to slow it even more.
I wonder if this is good. I've never seen something quite like this before.
I've seen something like this, but normally you send some drones for a couple spines, you make 6 lings, you bring them down, and you stop things like this.
Is he going to get up into the main? He does!
Wow, that's very annoying. And he's going to keep the door open for now, but no reason to, just going to run by. At least he's costing some more mining time. He's seeing exactly what Innovation's up to. But make no mistake, this hatchery is still something that's pretty worthwhile.
All right, he needs to lay a creep tumor here.
Yeah, notice he killed the creep tumor as soon as it came out.
Yep,
targeted it right down.
Excuse me, he got it. Innovation handling this very well. Is he just going to lose the queen?
You know what? If he made lings at any point and brought them, he would hold this hatchery.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, he might still hold this hatchery. That's only three Marines. It's not that scary. In fact, killing another Marine off.
All right, Widow Mine here. Just out of range. Nope, excuse me, not just out of range.
Well, at least he knows that's not going to be useful for a little bit, I guess. The Widow Mine does, in fact, come down.
You know what? He's actually going to get this hatch.
Yeah, he is. But a creep tumor is being laid, so that's very useful.
I got to say, a little bit of sloppy play, though, here.
Yeah.
From Savage, you know?
But you know what? He's got to actually kill spine crawlers now, because there's a spine crawler out, and there's going to be, like, another spine crawler. And with the creep there, it's not like they're going to bleed out either. So this is really annoying for Innovation. In fact, he's going up to 3 spines here. And he's going Roach Warren behind this, so he's just kind of playing safe, saying, you know what, your tech units aren't going to get through my Roaches.
And after this second base is finally planted here from Innovation, there's a possibility of a counter, another attack here.
Yeah.
Looks like we do have a drop coming up here. Let's see what kind of damage Innovation could do in this situation.
Yeah, this drop is so important because look at how late his second base is. This is actually working out pretty well for Savage so far, I have to say. He did get supply blocked for an inordinate amount of time, though. That is definitely an issue that we're watching right now.
Oh, totally denied that drop there. Nice usage with the Queens.
Definitely. He's doing a very good job, and he's got a couple spores up. He's going right into that layer.
Looks like he's being aggressive with these Widow Mines.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea. See what he can actually get done.
Oh,
and,
it doesn't get thrown in time. Things are starting to not look good here for Innovation.
Savage is just doing a great job, Tasteless.
This is a very weird TVZ, by the way.
Yeah.
If you guys don't watch a lot of StarCraft 2, this is really weird.
No, this is absolutely bizarre. But I got to tell you, man, I'm excited. This is like really fresh, really fun, really new.
It's great to see that Heart of the Swarm still has new stuff coming out with different strats.
You know, I think a big part of this is Innovation maybe didn't know exactly what he should have done. And now he has to start using scans. I guess he's going to siege the spines, in which case they're going to like move back and force him to unsiege, move forward. Yeah. And then he can run all the spines forward.
And burrow up.
And it becomes a funny micro battle. Oh, he shouldn't. Oh, that's too bad to lose that.
Yeah, he could use the transfuse there on the
yeah, which is actually a pretty big deal.
Now, he did lay a lot of creep tumors down there. Hopefully he has enough down there to actually scan all that and kill all that in one fell swoop.
I think it's actually going to require 2 scans to get rid of all the creeps.
I think you might be right. Considering the limited number of Terran units down there, it's going to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, he spread them around the edge. And I think it's a little bit wider than 1 scan. So really, really good play there.
Now, I'm surprised he's not microing back the spine crawler. This is just one of these small things you do to buy, maybe just even 10 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. But, I think he's just focusing so heavily elsewhere. He's saying, I already got the value I wanted out of that. Yeah. So he's just focusing on hitting every other piece of his build, which is fine because, and look, that is more than 1 scan. Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Yeah, he's got 3 more to kill over here. It looks like that scan will come down right now. Now, that creep doesn't go away very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Speed and Baneling speed on the way. Not a lot over at the third base. It's quite a few Zerglings.
1-1 here for Zerg, almost done, too.
You know what? He's going to be able to kill probably almost all these SCVs over here.
Now, here's something to note, though. There's going to be a drop over here in the main, and actually there's not a lot to defend that.
Yeah, he does see it coming, though. So we'll see what he can do about that. And in the meantime, he's going to... No, the Banelings do not want to hit these SCVs. If they had hit the bunker, I think that would have been a bit more useful.
I got to say, I feel like Savage actually picked the best possible strat here to beat Innovation in a one-on-one, you know?
I think so, Tasteless. It's something Innovation was not ready for, probably doesn't practice first very often. But here we go. We do have the Hellbat drop coming, and that is oftentimes the great equalizer.
Nice pullout, though.
Ooh,
that was actually an interesting move to take all that damage. Yeah, that's 4 Banelings.
Indeed.
That's not what you want to use your Banelings on. Another drop over here.
And he does run the drones quick enough. Looks like so far so good on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, so far Savage is playing absolutely brilliantly here.
Yeah, who's the rat brain now, Innovation?
Well, it does look like Innovation stabilized a little bit here despite such a weird opening succeeding against him. And his third base, those workers getting hit so hard.
Well, you know what? He's taking his 4th with pretty good speed based upon when...
Savages, yeah.
Yeah. Based upon when Innovation got his natural and 3rd up, this is a good quick 4th base for that. It's like it's at a good spot. So
yeah.
He's also got his mutas out to stop drops. His creep spread is looking good. His Overlord spread is one of the best that we've seen. Savage
got a very promising chance of taking this entire game, Artosis.
Yeah, man. And
that's all it takes, guys. It's just 1 game.
Yeah.
And that's when you want to pull out strategies like this one.
Exactly. You can just practice the hell out of this on this 1 map, and bam, here you go. He's got this little advantage, and he's playing with it so well at the moment.
Yeah, he really is.
And look at his upgrades. 2-2 is going to be probably near halfway done when 2-2 starts for Innovation.
That's very true.
It's going to have huge
Basically,
areas of time.
Most of the ground engagements there are probably going to favor the Zerg.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially with this creep spread.
Yeah.
He already has Baneling speed.
Now, Innovation is ahead in supply. That's not shocking. Not because he's supposed to be, but because it's Innovation.
Yes.
We're talking about here.
Yeah,
now
and his macro is savage.
Oh, my God. All right. Innovation playing very cautiously here. You do not want to get knocked down to the losers and then lose to a similar game such as this one.
Certainly. Well, you don't want to get to the losers because then you have to actually play like, well, a TVT, which is going to be do I defend all the Hellbat drops? And then, or maybe a TVP against one of the most dangerous best-of-1 players in the world.
Absolutely. It's very scary. Uh-oh. The Banelings have gotten in.
Oh, indeed.
Will the SCVs survive?
And he's spreading taste. It's going around both sides.
A resounding no as the SCVs are massacred, but the counterattack is still underway now as we see Innovation pushing up to the 4th, potentially the 3rd.
And it looks like he will definitely get this 4th. It's too bad for Savage. He almost killed that 3rd command center for Innovation. So definitely a little bit painful there, but he did enough damage to the economy that losing this isn't the end of the game like it normally would be against Innovation.
Well said, Artosis. Uh-oh, those Widow Mines, he's got to be careful. 1 or 2 hits from those Widow Mines on those Mutas. Oh my God, they're on road right now. That could be the worst possible thing he just did right there.
Well, he does blow them up. And forward go the Banelings, but looks like for now, Innovation will push him back.
All right, more Lings and Mutas over here. Possibly enough to take on that initial Terran force, but when you see the reinforcements coming up here, the answer is again a no. Innovation going to continue to try to push forward. Innovation has to do damage and do it fast, or this game will go to Savage.
Oh, here we go, Tasis. A lot of Lings coming up, but there are some mines under there. He's got to be very careful. There's a Hellbat mixed in as well, but the Banelings, they could be the heroes rolling forward.
And rolling forward they do. Now driving back.
It looks like
these Terran units. And does he have enough? I think with these Lings he does.
Yes, indeed, he does, Tasteless.
Oh my God, what am I seeing? An incredible upset to start off Group B, it looks like. Unless Innovation can pull a rabbit out of his hat.
He's going to have to, Tasteless, and it shouldn't be too hard. Tasteless has all the legs, so it's not going to get stuck.
That's right, that poor rabbit took off speed. So, now, I don't know what Innovation can do, but turtle it up, wait it out, and hope that his opponent makes a mistake.
Well, you know what? He needs to have constant, perfect micro. He needs to gain so much value out of his Widow Mines.
Yes, yeah.
That's what he needs, but look at this creep spread. It just keeps coming.
Yeah, it keeps moving forward, swallowing up most of the map here, making mobility here for the Zerg Army too much for Innovation. It's putting Innovation at a risk every time he leaves his base.
A lot more Lings and Banes going into that 3rd base area. In fact, more units coming up from the other side.
He cannot afford to lose these SCVs. He cannot afford it. The SCVs are being split here.
Oh, pretty good defense here, I have to say. Not as much done as it could have been.
Yeah, you know what? That actually went fine. Innovation handled that just fine.
Yep. But in the meantime, the Muta's going into the main base. Really great mutalist movement here by Savage, helping the attack as much as he could and then going elsewhere.
All right. Mutas now just moving out here. This is keeping Innovation stuck inside of his base. This is allowing Zerg to not only keep the 4th over here, but to get a 5th as well. This is going to be a point where Zerg is just going to be almost unstoppable. But wait, have I spoken too soon? A counterattack over here at the 5th base now. And a counterattack here for the Zerg over now towards the 2nd.
Well, he kills all the Widow Mines and moves in with those Banelings. He can get on top of the barracks. That's always really nice. But it looks like Innovation's going to have enough to hold him off. But in the meantime, Savage did save his 4th base in the top left. So that's very important.
So much damage being dealt here. The Mutas evacuate beautifully so. And this base somehow is still here. We didn't get a shot at what happened there. But
well, I think he had to draw some of his units back, perhaps. But
that could be the case.
You know what? Right now, Savage is continuing to make a lot of Mutas, mixing in his Lings and Banes. He's still got a very good larva count. His injects have been pretty darn spot on, I have to say. So, you know, he has enough of everything. He's keeping up with Innovation.
He really is. Oh man, you know, I haven't seen Innovation playing in such a deficit for such a long time. I'm so used to him being so dominant early
Yeah.
on and then maintaining that. And even if the game's close, eventually he wipes him out. This is one of my first Innovation games where he is really behind and hurting.
Indeed, but he's starting to drop multiple locations at once. Tasteless drawing Innovation over to his old 4th base that just got back up. And now he's going to draw up at the new 4th base over to the left-hand side just as the mutas get there. Perfectly timed out by Innovation.
Yeah, really nicely done here. But the question is, can he get any of these bases, or is he simply going to make drones evacuate? Because making drones evacuate is just not enough. Ouch.
Yeah.
Better lings than drones, though.
Certainly. And you know what? Just having a Widow Mine there, now suddenly he has to bring detection over. And during a game like this hectic, that's very difficult.
Yeah, that problem may end up getting tucked under the rug.
It definitely could.
It certainly could.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Savage has been hitting the main base with his mutas. He's cleaning up all these drops as best he can, but this is a big frontal attack going into this 4th base area. Luckily, there's not a lot of drones there to lose for Savage, so he still has his 4th base on the other side, and he's going for a counterattack.
Counterattack may be the best option here. Terran, the 3rd base, not quite as well enough defended as it should be. The Link spilling in here. Muta's now doing so much damage, wiping out that tank.
That is a 21 Mutalisk Flock right now, Tasteless, with their +1 attack, dealing huge amounts of damage, but they got to get out. Oh,
that
nice,
was so
nice.
close that he not gotten that Widow Mine. That could have been really bad.
Yeah, ooh, and in fact, he has taken a lot of damage on his mutas.
Yeah, they're all very bruised right now.
But he only lost 1.
Yes.
So he's still okay. He can heal those up pretty quick.
But Innovation now is on 4 bases to the Zerg's 4 bases.
Well, this just shows how good he truly is. The
Yeah,
fact
really.
that he's fought back to this close of a spot, but I gotta say, this is not over at all on either side. Could go either way. A lot of units being produced by Savage still.
Supplies neck and neck right now, 163 to 177. So that has really put either player as a favorite right now.
Yeah. Well, you know, the one thing we do have to point out, though, Tasteless, is that 3-3 is already done for Innovation quite a while ago because of all the layer tech aggression from Savage to try to keep his lead. He fell behind in that regard. So he's a bit off from getting back up to that upgraded quality.
Well, he's going to move out here. There is a counterattack here, though, at the Terrans up 4th base. Oh, my God!
Oh, exactly the type of play you need against Innovation.
Oh, but look at this, though. The hatchery is also very low on health, so he gets that with incredible ease.
Indeed he does, and the 4th base that has been up on the left-hand side of the map for so long for Savage just really never has anything mining in it. So he's going to need to get some drones over there.
This is our closest game today right now.
Oh, easily, I would say. This is fantastic game so far. Baneling's trying to roll in, but there's a lot of Widow Mines in there. Innovation being very careful, very precise with his micro. This could break the back of Savage.
All right, he's stimming and now moving forward. Again, hitting these mutas. Is there enough Marines? No, I spoke too soon. I didn't see those Banelings there.
Well,
but there's also reinforcements.
Oh, awesome move there by Savage.
Oh my God, that was so good. That was so good with the Widow Mines.
Yeah, Hero Mines right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Innovation continue to press forward. This is why we call him the best player in the world. He's going to go ahead and maybe snipe this 3rd base location.
Now that's pretty low on minerals, but something's better than nothing at this point in time.
Yeah. Both
Any
players are
damage he can
getting to no economy,
That
basically.
Zerg's actually now 30 supply behind. That's really important to note.
Yeah. Looks like he will give up this base, and with it, quite a few drones and a huge chunk of his economy. He is mining from his 4th now, but look at Innovation. He's out of minerals in his main, he's out of minerals at his 3rd, and his natural is not the most healthy I've seen either.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because I doubt he has much practice against a strategy like this, but it does not matter.
Right,
He's just too resilient.
I do have to say, Tasteless, I really like this move of making a few infestors because this is getting so low economy, so scrappy.
Yeah, a few good fungal growths and you're in great shape.
Certainly, but he is behind on supply, and that is very painful because he's got a big drone lead still. He's about 20 drones up. Oh, that's so painful. But you know what? With a 20 drone advantage, that means Innovation's army is so superior at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just much, much bigger.
Yeah, everything you're saying is absolutely correct. A lot of mules being landed down here. This center left location here for the Zerg. Terran, he smells blood in the water. He is moving out now.
Yep. Now we do have these infestors, so it's going to be a little bit different from before. He's got to really watch out for those Widow Mines still.
Yep.
That is probably the most important part of this battle.
Is this going to be the killing blow?
Oh, and he tries to draw some of the fire, and here we go. A lot of fungals going down. The Baneling's going forward, but is it enough?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It looks like he's barely pushing him back, but a few more Infestitarians come down here with Lings and Mutas. Don't forget the very good 3-3 upgrades here for Innovation. And it looks like he's just barely pushed through, and GG.